Oh, there are many reasons why I became a priest. Some of them go back a long, long way. I could tell you a story about one of them. There was a cousin of my mother's who was a missionary priest, a Mill Hill priest. And he was going off to Pakistan, actually, to work as a Mill Hill priest. And he lived in the street next door to us, and I helped with the packing up of his boxes. Now, some people had clubbed together and bought him a red motorbike. And it was my job to pack this motorbike into the box. No, I didn't put it in the box. But then I had to write in red ink on the side of the box, Rawalpindi, Pakistan. And I think while I was learning how to spell Rawalpindi and write these letters on the wooden box, that the thought dawned in my little mind that, you know, if you wanted a red motorbike, the best way of getting one was to be a priest. And I think in some ways it started there. But also, of course, as a family, we grew up practicing the faith. I was an altar server. I sang in the church choir. I played football for hours afterwards in the yard behind the church. So being part of the church and being around the presence of priests was always part of my life. And that made a big impact on me as well, because it was clear beyond any doubt that the priests who served in our parish were happy. They were happy men. And they didn't make a fuss. They just got on and they had a lot of fun, both with us as youngsters, and it would appear in their life of a priest. So that was the second thing. It wasn't so much the motorbike. It was actually, here were men, and I would like to be as happy as they were when I grew up. Then, of course, you get this inner call. There has to be an inner prompting from God. And my memories about that was that no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get rid of it. I really, really wanted this kind of instinct that I ought to be a priest to go away. I can remember actually standing on the cop thinking, why can't I just be like these other 20,000 people? Why can't God just leave me alone and let me disappear into this crowd? So then eventually I remember summoning up courage and going to speak to one of the priests in the parish. And I will never forget his first words to me. His first words were, well, once I'd said, I think I want to be a priest. He said, well, always remember, it's not a sin to refuse a vocation. Now, I've often wondered why he said that. But he was very wise, because I think he knew that I might feel under pressure to put myself forward as a priest, maybe from my whole upbringing. But he set me free from that moment. And he made sure that what I was doing was indeed something that I wanted to do in response to God, but it wasn't the result of pressure. So after that, wheels began to turn, and I ended up going to see Archbishop Heenan shortly before he was sent to Westminster. And he sent me off to Rome. I had no idea there was a seminary in Rome, and I knew that I was going to have to go there, and I kind of hoped I'd be home for Christmas. But then it dawned slowly that I wouldn't get home for 3 years. And my poor mum was quite upset. But I said, do send me the Football Echo every week, please. And then, you know, there were struggles after that. But I must say, in summing up a rather long answer, that my vocation lies most of all in the example of the priests around me and in their witness of living a happier life together with that inner prompting of God, which I could hear and which eventually I found the courage to respond to.